Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Up under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me.
What's up?
So are you excited? You know, Shark Week kicks off tomorrow.
Always, man. I love Shark Week.
Yeah, we got a lot to discuss. There's some quite interesting things. We got Jason Momoa is hosting Shark Week. We're going to talk about that. And I believe the special that kicks off Shark Week is called Cocaine Sharks.
Nice.
We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. We got Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web today. That includes Barry the Bugger, who's getting ready for lobster mini season in Florida this week. Casey the Tobacco Nut, who's fresh from scalloping. Yeah, he did some scalloping. We'll get into that.
Oh,
Jerry the Diver
son
Guy.
of a bitch.
Yes.
Oh, well, you know where I live, CJ.
Hey,
Yeah.
I wasn't invited.
Well,
You've always been invited.
you're assuming he got some scallops.
All right, see, I take
So-
that as a license. Like, I can just drive over and just, like, be like,
Yeah, you
I
could
have
do
a
that.
garage
Can-
and
could
a
do
that if
couple,
you want.
can Casey
shipping
come out and
factories.
play?
Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it. It is possible. But Jerry the Diver Guy's with us. We'll get back to the scalloping here in just a bit. Also, Mermaid Kristen. Now, before we get into all that stuff, whether it's scalloping, Shark Week, lobster season, we got a lot to discuss today. I got to take care of some business today on the show because,
You're
believe it
supposed
or
to
not,
do that before the show, Greg.
well, Scuba Radio HR reached out to me. This woke stuff is getting out of control, and
Wasn't me.
I don't know if it was or not. I know it wasn't me. I could never do that.
Whatever it wasn't me.
When I offend people, I usually know it. I don't do it, unnecessarily. However, sometimes it happens, and so I got an email from Scuba Radio HR, and they suggested that our crew needs to go through DEI training,
Oh, great.
diversity, equity, and inclusion. The whole woke stuff.
What if we don't?
Well, I'm not going to do it. I don't see any reason to. We've been doing the show for 26 years. Why would we change anything now?
Just tell them we did. Just
I mean,
say,
it's
"All
like,
right, we passed."
they're trying to teach an old dog new tricks. It just isn't gonna fly with our crew, I don't think. But can you imagine what it would be like if we had the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad go through DEI training? I don't know. It'd be really weird, though.
All right, I want to call this meeting to order.
What are you doing with that ruler?
Well, bend over and I'll show you.
Why was I asked to wear a mermaid tail?
Only reason I showed up.
Y'all ready?
What do you got, Jerry?
Greg asked me to learn up on die and wake up the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad.
Die?
Die is an acronym like scuba.
Oh, jeez.
D-E-I. Die.
That's not how you say it, Jerry.
Shut up, Barry. Jerry, please continue.
Thank you, Casey. Now, the D in DEI is for diversity.
Uh-oh.
You all need to promote diving to grow diversity.
Whoa, I want to go there.
It's a frame of mind, Vinny.
Jerry thinks it's a place.
Shut up, Barry.
Next.
The E in DEI is for equality.
Oh, I know. The equalization of your ears?
Nailed it, Vinny.
That's not right.
Shut up, Barry.
Please kill me now.
Now, the I in DEI is for inclusion.
You may have finally got one right.
We even have to include annoying people like Barry.
Ha! That's a good one.
I have no problem with that.
Dear God.
With that, y'all are now officially woke.
What?
Wily, old, know-it-all, Imbeciles.
Imbecile starts with an I. You know, like idiot.
Exactly.
I think I get it.
Okay, I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be a total disaster if we had them go through any kind of.
I think that
training
counts.
like
That should count.
You think it does?
Yeah.
A little daydream like that? Yeah, maybe. Very possible.
I heard it.
Jerry the Diver Guy learned it. He learned up
I
on
learned the acronym.
it. Yes. Well, there you go. So I don't know if we're more woke now or enlightened or maybe just more annoying than normal. But the Scuba
D,
Radio.
all the above.
You think, Jerry, do you feel enlightened? Do you feel?
I feel D, all the above.
Is Barry, how do you feel? Beat up, maybe? You were smacked around quite a bit.
I got smacked around quite a bit from him. So,
Wow.
you know.
Shut up, Barry.
Yeah. I bruise easy.
Yeah. Kristen sounded like the only one who's slightly sane in that whole thing. You know?
I mean, obviously, I really didn't want to be there because
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm really amazed Jerry didn't swat her with a ruler.
Mm-hmm. Well,
then he would have needed the training for real.
yeah, possibly.
Yeah,
You know,
Did different kind of
HR
training.
would have been calling again about the sexual harassment training next.
No, Kristen would have smacked him back twice as hard.
I'm sure they're not going to make any more attempts after that. I really doubt it. To have us
I'm
change
trying
our
to tell
ways.
you, it's coming.
I want to go to
Nobody
Diver
listens
City.
to me.
You want to go to Diverse City?
Yeah, Diver City.
We are
Diver
very.
City.
There you go. Well, you know, it's
Jerry's an
just,
instructor, so that should count.
it should count for
He
something.
held a class.
Maybe you get a patch or it's a specialty.
Were we supposed to
or
get
something.
a specialty card for that one?
specialty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scuba Radio DEI specialty certification. Maybe you all have that now, at least in your mind's eye.
Put it in your logbook.
Right. All right. So, yeah, we had some fun. That's just what we do sometimes here on Scuba Radio. You don't get this anywhere
God, no.
else. We apologize, but sometimes it happens. But, after 26 years, you got to do some nutty stuff. And that's what we do.
You're nutty, all right.
Thank you.
Like for 26 years, we haven't done any nutty stuff?
No, never. Never.
Oh, okay.
All right.
He's so nutty, the squirrel's chasing.
Okay. Just quiet. You guys are
Dad
lost
jokes
cause.
with Jerry.
Hey, there's something there. There is something there. Now, Shark Week is kicking off tomorrow, and
What time is it at night, or is it, I forget? Is it?
yeah, they kick off.
first thing
I
in the
think the
morning?
first one at 8 p.m. Jason Momoa will show
right.
up or something like that, and then he'll do some wacky thing, and
Or his
Parade
liver will
around
be quivering.
without a shirt on, and yeah, I don't know. Barry, you gonna watch it in all seriousness? Beyond the
Yeah, I'll watch. I don't usually watch.
I'll look
watch
at
it.
him.
I'll watch it.
What a fan.
And I'll lick my
We'll see
cup.
wow.
And I will lick my cup.
He has pictures and everything. So you are excited. So what is it about having Jason Momoa host Shark Week this year that tickles your fancy?
Well, he's as big
figuratively
as
and
Quiver.
literally.
He's as big
Barry.
as a shark.
He's as big as a shark.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay.
feel a little
Be
safer.
HR issue.
Actually.
Does he have double claspers, Barry?
I don't know.
Well, that's more information than we probably need. But regardless,
Yeah.
I mean, are you seriously excited about him hosting Shark Week, or could you give a rat's ass, Barry?
Let's see how it turns out. I mean,
Yeah.
some years have been more interesting than others.
Right.
You know,
Do you think he's a good fit
Come on,
for the
Greg,
host
he's
of
gotta
Shark
come
Week?
for God's
he
sakes.
lives. I mean, he lives underwater. He can breathe underwater.
Yeah.
He's an actor.
So
So you're saying that it
you're
makes
saying
total
that's not
sense.
a real? You saying that's not real? That's all fake?
I mean, I don't want to burst your fantasy.
Yeah, let's not make him cry on the air.
Wow. You guys are ruthless.
Barry.
Yes, they are. Yes, sir.
thing with Batman.
Oh no.
Oh,
Well,
no.
there have been different Batmans. That's the problem.
Yeah. There's been only one
There's only one
Aquaman,
Aquaman.
in
Yeah.
Barry's eyes. His name is Jason Momoa.
If you don't count Entourage,
Okay.
too.
All right, this is getting disturbing. We'll try to get back on track, talk about Shark Week, lobster mini season, a lot coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Bula! You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji. It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft to take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, no, Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new Scuba Radio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 Scuba Radio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New Scuba Radio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
With Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
What's this? Shark Week.
Nice.
Oh, Shark Week. It's be Shark Week. It's be Shark Week. It's be Shark Week. Just imagine us beneath the sea. Chomp, chomp. Cartilaginous, fierce and free. Chomp, chomp. Sing along with your salty crew. It be Shark Week. It be Shark Week. It be Shark Week all week through. Chomp, chomp.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. If we're confusing you on Facebook, we did that on purpose. We meant to do
Don't
that,
say
right?
we. I didn't screw that.
Yeah, you did.
I had nothing to do with it. I have nothing to do with the graphics.
Come on,
department.
Cock Johnson, fess up. All right.
All right. I was
CJ
playing a
in
little
the
joke,
studio
little joke.
with me. And then we have the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger. We got Casey the Tobacco Nut.
Who's Whitney?
Jerry the Diver Guy. Huh?
Who's Whitney?
Whitney. And Mermaid Kristen. CJ's Whitney. Whitney. He's with me in the studio.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought you always say Whitney.
Whitney? No, who's Whitney? I don't
know.
know.
Who is Whitney?
No, Whitney. Whitney.
Oh,
like wit. Like
he's
you're
trying
witty.
to be cool.
Yeah. See, Barry
He's
thinks
wanting
so.
Barry to whip him.
well,
Okay,
that's how
just-
you know you're
No, I
going
didn't
down
say
the
it.
wrong path.
All right,
my
just
friend.
stop. Let's talk about Shark Week. Cocaine sharks are coming to Shark Week this year. Have you heard about
Well,
this?
apparently they're here. They're pulling boaters off of fishing boats, and
Oh, they did that. Yeah, a boat went through Haulover and got pulled over.
Did what now? What are you saying?
A boat
shark.
that went through Haulover
No,
Inlet.
No, Barry, shut
Yeah.
up, Barry.
Were they
We have
catching
set
a
you
guy?
bad.
Guy was fishing and reached over to retrieve his lure, and a shark jumped up and grabbed him,
Huh.
Oh, that one. Okay.
pulled him off the boat.
Oh, that one was from a few weeks ago. Yeah.
We're
that-
getting a lot of bites and attacks this year.
well, it's Shark Week. What do you expect?
It's
you
the
know?
cocaine.
They're just trying to participate. Yeah, they're supposedly they're doing a thing called cocaine sharks, and it's it's marketing for Shark Week.
It's
I
like
think.
Cocaine Bear.
But
Yeah.
basically, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
Cocaine Bear was real.
well, and so are cocaine sharks, Barry
Well,
and
You mean-
Jerry.
Ooh.
oh,
And so here's the thing. So what they got a special on is how like the drug runners have threw some bales of cocaine over the side of the boat, and the sharks have eaten it, and fishermen are reporting some crazy behavior of these sharks.
Don't they
So
call that square grouper?
Yeah, maybe.
The sharks are up for like 3 days and not eating.
Maybe. They don't ever sleep anyway.
Think they're really funny.
And maybe that was the reason why they don't ever sleep. People always thought they had to swim to survive. Maybe it's just they're
Not all of
coked out, you know. But anyway, supposedly that's what this special is going to be about. They're doing, they've done some kind of test on the animals, and it kind of goes back to all the chemicals in the ocean and how they're getting into the fish and all that kind of stuff. So who knows?
Then
there might
they get the munchies and they head for shore.
There might be a educational element
Wrong
to
drug.
this as well, but it does make you wonder. I mean, about where this is going to lead. I don't know, and we have sharks and tornadoes. Cocaine sharks. I mean, what would it sound like, you think, if they turned this whole thing into like maybe a movie or something?
From the producers of Scuba Radio and the brother-in-law of the caterer's drinking buddy from Sharknado 3 comes a harrowing tale of shark decadence in the waters just off the coast of Miami. Shark Face.
We're attempting to study a great white shark that has been reported as acting very erratic and aggressive.
Okay.
Our hypothesis is he may have ingested a huge amount of cocaine discarded from smugglers.
Hey, man. Oh, you want to with me? Okay. You'll you with the best.
We're trying to help this shark, but he's hiding behind that coral head and appears to be very agitated.
You want to play games? Okay. Come on, you cockroaches.
We only need a small blood sample. Then we can get the hell out of here.
You want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little fin. Hey, how'd you like that? You whores.
This is not going well. This is not normal behavior at all. The shark seems like he's ingested a whole boatload of cocaine, likely dumped by drug runners to escape a DEA bust.
You think you can take me? You need a f***ing army you're gonna take me. I take you all to f***ing hell. Don't miss Shark Face. Streaming now on Scuba Radio.
Wow. I would watch that.
See, I think our show would have been better.
I think it would have been way more popular than in the new Indiana Jones movie. I'm just saying.
I wish we could play the uncensored version.
No, we can't
I have
do
it.
that.
I have it if you,
You
ever
do?
want to hear it. Yeah.
Really? All right. Well, we could get it out there. But Shark Face, I don't know. You think maybe it'll show up this week on Shark Week?
Scarface was a huge movie, man.
Yeah.
Shark Face.
I mean,
why
if
not?
they're trying to resurrect all these old movies and breed some new life into
They're
them.
eating the square fish, man.
Right. I don't know. What do you think, Barry? You'd watch that? Would you watch Shark Face? Yeah.
I see that every day on the news here.
Okay, he's talking gibberish. Casey, he's shaking his head like in disgust, I think. I don't know.
No. I'd watch Shark Face. Why not?
Yeah.
They got Sharknado. They got Shark. The newest one's Shark Volcano, I guess.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yes, there's a new Shark Volcano where they come out of the lava.
Really? So there's
Sure, there
all
wasn't
the
like
sharks.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl, that kid
No,
show.
That one too. Yeah.
But this is a different one. So
this is a different one. This is supposed
they
to
come out of a volcanic
23-24.
eruption.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Got that to look forward to.
Volcanic ejaculation.
Or avoid at all costs. But I don't know. Shark Face sounds better. What do you think, Jerry?
I'm kind of excited. We have all these shark shows. Now
Yeah.
we can go diving with all these shark celebrities.
Well, if you say so. See, today, you notice CJ's the only one prepared out of the entire crew, by the way.
What do you mean?
Well, just you're prepared to go diving today.
I'm always ready.
I can
I
tell.
saw him walk in your studio with something that looked like a BC and a hose, but
Yeah, he's
I
the only
didn't
one
get
that came prepared to the show today. What's you guys' excuse? You know?
I'm drinking.
Okay, well, that helps him at least get
Well,
lubricated.
that's my service interval.
I mean, Kristen's a mermaid, and, we can't see her bottom half, which would be kind of, inappropriate anyway. But she always...
just trying really hard to drop hints to you. Not even like hints anymore, Greg.
Could
is
be
what it is.
tail, could be not tail.
Well, I mean...
So she's
Yeah, but-
dropping hints about her bottom?
No,
No,
she's talking about
CJ.
CJ.
Oh.
And yeah, CJ is fully equipped, ready to go diving. Matter of fact, you've already had a dive today, because walking into the studio in your gear today counted as a dive because you were outside 3 minutes and you came in. and set off your dive computer because the moisture sensor was set off with all the humidity and the heat that we have here in Florida right now, right? It counts. You should log that.
Okay.
You should log that. It counts, I think.
Would that be 0 feet?
0 feet, dive, yes. What'd you see? Who was your dive buddy? You gotta put that in your logbook there, Cock Johnson. Come on.
Okay.
You're prepared with your gear. You got to take credit when credit is due. More coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, this is Neil Watson, the Dive God.
And I'm Peter Hughes.
These guys come from legend. They're basically gods.
We've been around the block a time or two with the diving industry.
But I've never heard something as nutty as this.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
God's friggin' gift to humanity.
Now here's a guy I've been putting up with for over 20 years.
Greg, the Dive Master.
You can tell the master I'm done for the day.
Now beat it, loser.
And by the way, Greg, it's Peter Huge.
Whoa.
Wow, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg, the Dive Master. It would be nice if we had some living legends with us today, because God knows we could use the help. I don't know.
Speak for us.
Yeah, I am.
Union representative. Mermaid.
I am. The only one that has any sense is Mermaid Kristen. And I'm gonna give some credit to CJ, being that he was the only crew member who came prepared today, wearing his gear into the studio.
Just in case.
What are you talking about?
He's wearing the scuba gear. None of you guys are. Look, if we're just a couple days away from lobster season. God forbid somebody calls in and reports, "Hey, I got lobster," or "I need I need a diver." Who's going to be first one in the water? CJ. Old Cock Johnson to the rescue.
All I need's a tank, and I'm gone.
Right.
You're welcome.
So yeah.
He's been gone most of his life.
There's that.
I sense some tension.
No arguments there.
Amongst the Scuba Radio crew today. I don't know if that has anything to do with the fact that we wondered what it'd be like if they went through some training. They seem after the training of DEI,
Diver City,
equalization,
not diversity,
and inclusion.
Diversity.
Yeah, they seem even less. Friendly.
Kind of had the opposite effect.
Exactly. I mean, it's supposed to bring them together.
Oh, looky now, Barry wants to be like
Barry's
CJ.
sucking up.
I think Barry wants to be your buddy, CJ, because he's getting out his gear.
He's been my dive buddy before.
Yeah. And are you good with that, or?
Yeah.
All right.
I would join, but all I got are dive weights right now. I got a mermaid. No, I don't even have my mermaid tails here.
What?
I know. I'm failing as a
Kristen,
mermaid.
how dare you?
Well, she's got to take some days off.
I guess. Well, we'll give her a pass. She's the only female willing to tolerate the rest of this crew.
There we go.
Today, so she gets credit for that.
All right.
BC's on. At least I won't sink.
Now Barry looks like a nerd, just like CJ.
Thank you.
Oh, lucky.
Wait a minute. I'll even set off my strobe. Wrong
Oh,
side.
okay.
Don't do that. You'll give me a seizure.
Yeah, it'll probably fry your equipment there too,
I
Barry.
got to see if it works.
Oh boy.
Look directly into it.
So yeah, this probably is a good time. Maybe you guys ought to do a buddy check
good.
and get ready for mini
This
season.
is really
this week.
good for Scuba Radio. Let's show all of our audience who can see us how our equipment sucks.
It doesn't say. Look, you got good
Hey,
gear.
it works.
Barry's all busted, doesn't work.
Well, you know,
I had
he's
it going the wrong way.
he's
No, no, no.
illustrating what every
There
diver
we
should
go.
be doing this week because lobster mini season opens up Wednesday at midnight. And it could be the case for a lot of divers in Florida that they haven't dove in a while. So you should get your gear out, put it on, make sure everything's working and all the controls and everything.
Oh, there
and
you go.
Oh God.
all that
Wait a
stuff
minute.
is working
Is
nicely.
that's a kid size. Are you kidding me?
What do you mean?
It's for
What
my
do you-
goddaughter. It's the only thing around here that's got anything
Okay, so
but-
Kristen's pulling out a wetsuit.
Seriously? That's yours? That little thing?
Well, no, it's
No,
her.
it's just
She's got
Barry,
something.
Pay attention.
shut up, Barry. Just shut up.
Wow, harsh, just harsh. But
I did have this
Barry.
BC rebuilt though. If you haven't
When?
done that in a couple of years, last year.
last year you had it rebuilt. Why did you have to have your BC rebuilt? You mean
Well,
like the
because
inflator
this-
or what?
It's
Yeah,
dry rotted.
the seals, the inflator had
It's always
gone
the
bad.
inflator hose.
It was leaking. Yeah,
I had the same thing happen.
Right.
You have to have it rebuilt every now and again.
Don't-
You know, they
Dry
change out
rot.
all the O-rings and all that. Hey, your life is on the line with this thing. If it don't work, you're either going to shoot up or you're never going to get up.
Right. Okay. Well, then now's
You
the
have to
time
get
to
one
Mine
find.
was
first,
leaking.
Barry.
I could dump air. I just have to manually
Right.
inflate it. With
Well,
my
CJ,
mouth.
the reason he actually wore the gear today was to be properly prepared, but also he wanted to hook his gear up to my tank,
Yeah, we're just gonna throw it
here
on a
at the
tank
studio.
and make sure everything's good.
like everything seals up properly and it's
Then
working
I'll
okay.
be
We
ready
could do
to
that
rock.
too.
Barry, if you was a proper diver, you would have your annual checks on all of your gear.
Mm.
My gear's always checked there, country
Okay.
boy.
But it was rebuilt last year.
Well,
again.
what-
Okay,
well,
let's
yeah,
move
okay,
on to
all right.
something intelligent.
Yes.
Vinny has joined us. Hey, Vinny, save the show.
Wow.
guys.
You're here in the nick
Is
of time.
Vinny shrunk down, or is that perspective? Is he just far away from the camera?
He's really
Yeah.
gotten
Zoomed
small.
He looks like
in.
that.
I don't get
size.
that close.
He doesn't want to get that close.
Yeah, but
he
he's
don't want to
usually
scare
closer
anyone.
to the camera.
Well, that's okay. I think he just
I got
he's got his mask out. He
Nice.
wants.
Is
that-
See what I started? I'm a trendsetter.
I got a prescription mask. I got the prescription put in my mask.
Oh, there you go. So
killer.
now you can
Oh.
wear it and
now
look
I'll see perfectly.
right.
It's really good.
See,
So put it
so
on
you
now,
see-
and that way, you'll look like a nerd like Barry and CJ, and then we'll look
Hey, man.
clear
It's even
looking
got,
back
it's
at
even
you.
got bifocals in it for me.
How about
We
that?
don't look like nerds. We look awesome.
well,
There
you
we
look like
go.
You're just
diving
jealous.
nerds, dive
Jealous.
nerds.
you see what they done to him? Now when Benny's looking out, he looks zoomed
Now I'll
away.
see stuff.
He'll see
Everybody
stuff.
always accused me of not
That's why he
seeing.
has
That's
It's
pretty
a
much,
zoomed out.
that's pretty much the number one reason of why people dive is to see stuff.
Vinny, that's not a lobster.
That's a mini Vinny. I don't know who the real Vinny is.
Yeah.
Vinny.
I don't know what's going on here. Where's your gear, Jerry? I mean, if anyone, if you plan to come down for lobster season, you better be checking up on your gear, don't you think? What do you
My
think?
gear's good. I've got all my checks, done everything.
That's great, but what about your scuba gear?
Right.
Did that
We're not
too.
talking about your colon.
Oh,
Howdy ho.
Yes. So, but you're all set for mini season this week if you want to come down from the mountains of Virginia. See, here's the thing. I'm
dude,
going to be
we're already working on stuff. We're just trying to get it straight with you.
right. Well, I can't dive during mini season this year. I'm going to be out in
Look here.
Wisconsin.
I already got my equalizer, so
Not
Okay.
mini, but right after.
Right. So we're talking about going down to the
Get
first
your ass down
official weekend that lobster mini season in Florida is open, which would be, I believe, August 6th, the Saturday, 2
The
weeks from
regular
today.
season starts August 6th. I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking at seeing if we can run down and do something then. What do you think, Barry? You in if we do this?
Yeah.
Because we got to stay at your place.
Okay.
I don't even know where his place is.
I'm
I don't
all
think
It's
the
somewhere
way out
down
near the
there.
Everglades.
Yeah.
I've been to Neil's. I've been to Walt's a bunch. I've never been to Barry's.
Yeah.
You just head west until you can't go anymore.
Oh,
When you hit the Everglades, you're there.
If you go as far away from the water as possible, you'll find Barry.
Barry's
in South
about
Florida.
40 minutes from Walt's house.
Oh, really? That
You're
far?
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jerry seemed to know that to exact, almost like an exact science. Like,
Yeah,
Barry
well,
and Jerry are pretty close.
I've heard it 1,000 times. I ain't coming over there. I'm not 40 minutes away.
Right.
40 minutes at the speed I drive.
I gotta drive through
And he's like, come on over, you sexy
Yeah.
thing.
Wow.
And, there's this tension between Barry and Jerry that, sometimes turns physical, as we heard earlier. But
Yeah,
I
my
don't know.
wrist still hurt from his ruler.
Yeah, it's just how they connect with each
That's
other.
what I heard he
I'm not going to
smacked it.
judge.
That was
other
a
than-
12-inch ruler, by the way.
No, it wasn't. It's a little baby ruler.
Okay, that's I don't know. That's some kind of code that they speak amongst themselves.
It's okay, Barry. You can call it whatever you want.
Pillow talk. I don't know what it is. but
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Jerry's slapper.
Okay, this is just disturbing. This is
But
disturbing.
somebody shut down
Remember
his
that?
camera.
He's pulling out his lobster gauge. Next thing you know, there's going to be a tickle stick, and there's going to be awkward silence, and the rest of us are going to feel really, really weird. More coming up.
Already
Stay
do.
close.
Already do.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Chain up the doors and light the ceiling on fire. It's time for Shark Party.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Shark Week kicking off tomorrow on Discovery Channel. And every year it creates quite a buzz. Jason Momoa really kicking it up a notch for Barry the Bugger. A personal thing. I don't know that Jerry's probably
It's
a
like his
little
hero.
jealous of. I don't know what. He was Aquaman. And, Barry is a big fan of Aquaman or Jason Momoa. We haven't really figured out, which is more, what draws him more to the character or the man.
Well, he just starts drooling over both.
Okay. Well, see, Jerry knows because Jerry and Barry are very close. And
How about
That's
that
good.
How about that the character can swim underwater without tanks?
Yeah. Well,
And,
what's not to love is what Barry's saying, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. And that's fine. I don't
we have a
Now,
diverse.
why do you like?
It's right. That's
Jason?
part of the diversity or diversity,
It's the dive.
equalization, and idiots.
Not diversity.
Or, wait, I don't forget what it is.
Imbecile.
Yeah.
That's right.
It starts with an I.
Yes.
Imbeciles.
If you say okay, fair enough. But
That's
yeah,
from the French word imbecile.
every year when they do Shark Week,
Kind of like fragile.
it's creates quite a buzz, and we're probably going to hear a lot of reports in the mainstream media about they're going to have their shark special folks circulating through the mainstream media this week, and you're going to see a lot more news on sharks. It always is conflicting. They have this cocaine shark thing that they're doing to lead off, I believe, tomorrow. And it'll be interesting to see if they try to keep more to an educational element to it this year. But they always have a tendency to play up the, if it bleeds, it leads. So it's going to be interesting to watch. You going to watch it, CJ?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Always do.
Yeah. I mean, as divers, it's hard not to be drawn to it a little bit more, I think, than the average Joe. But when you're a diver,
Do you talk to the TV like I do?
like, damn you, come on,
Well,
that's not accurate.
I'll be like, duh. And I'll
Yeah.
and also be like, yeah, that makes sense. Or no, that's retarded.
Okay, there's that. And sometimes they don't get it quite right, and it gets annoying. You get aggravated, and and that kind of thing. I think it just goes with diving because we love seeing sharks. We love diving with them. We've all dove with the great hammerheads of Bimini. We've been with all of them. And it's really an amazing experience to have, that under your belt to say that you've been in the water with the sharks and like, hey, they didn't eat me.
Even the taggers.
Yeah, but unfortunately, not everybody can be as cool as us. Now, we welcome everybody with open fins. Don't get me wrong. We want everyone listening right now to join us under the water and become a scuba diver. That's why this show exists. But unfortunately, not everybody will take the plunge. Something will keep them out of the water, and it might be their fear of sharks, which could be the worst reason in the world to not learn how to dive. Yeah, and that's where I'm conflicted with Shark Week because there's that age-old argument. Does it do, is it good for sharks? Is it bad for sharks?
I think it's like 50-50.
I would agree. A lot of times, it depends on the year. Sometimes they've done better.
Well,
sometimes they've been
It's show to show.
way
Some
over
of the
top.
shows are really, for shark conservation and
Right.
educational, and they've
Yeah.
got marine biologists on, and
And then they'll talk about megalodon
And then
coming
they've
back
got
from the
just
dead.
attack.
Or cocaine sharks that are.
All in the middle
Now,
of great whites jumping out of the water for 1,000,000 times.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of cool looking. Yeah. The air jaws, why not? I never had a problem with air
What
jaws.
is it,
I thought it was
like
good.
Air Jaws 30 this year?
Probably. Who knows? They've been doing it forever. Barry, what do you think?
I was going to say that I think as divers, we really should be the ones giving them, the people out there, the truth that you really don't see sharks that often in the ocean, out in the wild.
Yeah, that's true.
And the ones that you do see, if you're not hunting, if you're not spearfishing or doing anything that would agitate them, they don't care about you. They're going to just swim by.
Yeah, that is so true. I am way more afraid to see Barry underwater than I am any shark on the planet.
Why,
And
so
that
they might
makes me
steal
so
your
happy.
lobster?
Yeah. Whoa, what was that? That was harsh. Why would you attack me like that, CJ?
I'm just saying.
That's
What would
that's
the
out of
danger be?
character for you. That's really out of character for you.
I
I'm
could
a
be
little
under
shocked.
cocaine.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Kristen, what do you think? You like sharks. I know you do because you dove with them on your birthday in Bimini with us. What do you
I
think?
know. That was by far the best birthday present I have ever received.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's
But
good.
yes, I love sharks. Everybody knows that I am obsessed with sharks.
Obsessed? Like how so? What do you mean? That just because you're a mermaid?
I'm going to have all their teeth going up my arm.
Okay, and they're tats, by the way, not like wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
No,
for the record.
I do like that they're leaning more towards the conservation education stuff.
Well, they try. They
try.
kind of go back and forth. That's what I'm saying because they do have to maintain a level of balance because they know the folks behind Discovery Shark Week are marketing geniuses. Let's be honest. They know how to work the public and get them up into a media frenzy because they want eyeballs. They want the ratings.
I think our special that we pitched, Shark Face,
Yeah.
would have been leaning towards educational because the marine biologist on that audio clearly said this is not normal shark behavior.
Correct. That was pure.
And she's trying to help the shark just get a blood sample.
That's right. That's right. Did the marine biologist did she live through that little thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Good. Good. So nobody was harmed during the filming
Correct.
of that trailer. Good. Whew. We're off the
We
hook.
shot tons of stuff, and that's what we just put together for the trailer.
That was all that was the good stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Well, that was the most, exciting.
Very low budget operation we have here at Scuba Radio. We don't expect much more than that. But yeah, everybody, I think when you're a diver, you want good news for the sharks. You really do, because they get so much bad publicity, and like I said, there's a fine line between Discovery Channel and Shark Week wanting to promote their event, which, by the way, every year consistently, Shark Week, if you don't know, is the highest rated week on Discovery Channel every single year by far. I mean, it's almost like nothing else exists. Ratings.
It's the best thing on, of course.
Well, I don't know if that's true or not. But
Were you like the naked people running around Lost? What is that show?
Naked and Afraid?
Yeah, you watch that. I know you watch that.
Well, it depends on who's on it. Now, if Barry's on it and Jerry's on it, I'm afraid big time.
They're naked and you're afraid.
Exactly. But if
Best
it's
show ever.
You know,
he watches that in between Bachelor and Bachelorette.
okay, when you guys
I
dream
think his
on.
wife makes him watch that.
Yeah, of course. Duh.
I've seen her watch that. I'm like, I just
Duh.
Sure,
I just
he
shake my
makes
head.
her watch it.
All right, that's enough out of you guys. You don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, I mean, there's this balancing act with the ratings, trying to get the viewers, and creating sensationalistic shark news, which we've had a lot of it this summer. We really have had a lot of incidents that have made the mainstream media, and they plug it out there, and it just gets blasted all over and scares the bejesus out of people. And I'd say 99% of it is unnecessary. But
And where does all these shark bites happen?
New Smyrna Beach.
Yep.
In the
On the
ocean?
beaches.
At the
people floating above the water.
yeah, snorkelers, surfers, all the people we don't care about. Is that what you're saying, Barry?
No, I'm saying
okay.
those are the people that happen to look like what they eat for lunch.
Yeah, not the
dinner.
divers. So, see, there's another reason why you should become a scuba diver.
Exactly. They don't care about us.
Right.
They don't stay long enough for us to even get a good
They
picture of
think we're one of them, and we are kind of, because we are. We're like a sister or brother of the shark. That's what I'm going to go with. All right, look, hour 2 of Scuba Radio is on deck. We got Pros in Paradise. We're going to check in with them. We got much more to talk about. Shark Week and lobster mini season in Florida is coming up as well. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
They all love Scuba Radio. On the boat or down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go! Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown? Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. By the way, we are the most downloaded scuba podcast in the world. Can you believe it? It's the truth, I tell you. 26 years of doing this, and lo and behold, we have another feather in our cap. So go figure. You're part of quite a illustrious group. Twisted is usually what we say, but it's still kind of cool, just the same. Mermaid Kelly has joined us. She's at a water park, as most mermaids have to be near water. They can only survive outside of water a certain amount of time. We're going to check in and find out what she's doing exactly here in just a bit. But before we do that, we need to check in with Doug at prosinparadise.com. Doug is, one half of, there might be actually three different elements of prosinparadise.com, but you're the boating element. Is that right, Doug?
That's correct.
The liveaboard boat. What's the name of the boat that you guys run?
Serenity.
Serenity, of course. And you can get on this boat, and if you want to become a dive master, dive instructor, or anything thereabouts, you'll take them out on Serenity. They can live on the boat for a week and literally do their continuing education for diving and in paradise, which, kind of goes back to the pros in paradise kind of thing, right? Is that it?
Exactly. That's it.
So the boat is not working as we speak, though. You're kind of hunkered up for hurricane season for now, or what?
Yeah, we're in Virginia in the Chesapeake Bay for hurricane season, but we are already planning pretty hard for our spring and our winter-spring season down in Puerto Rico. We're going to be once again stationed in Culebra,
Nice.
and one of the other pieces of this triad, Culebra divers, will be there. We'll be working with them every week, and we're setting our schedule right now. And then, of course, whenever we need some additional hands, we'll have our folks from Virginia Scuba up in Manassas, Virginia, who will come down and work with us. And of course, we get enough mass. We also have access to an SSI examiner who can come down and do the whole thing, soup to nuts.
There you go. So yeah, make a zero to hero as far as a diver is concerned. We were talking earlier about, people listening, if you're not a diver, which I know we get a lot of, tire kickers here on Scuba Radio. They'll come through, they'll listen to our nonsense, and they go, gosh, these guys are having a lot of fun. Maybe I ought to give this dive thing a try. Well, prosinparadise.com is a perfect place to do it, because all you got to do is go there, go to their website, give them a call, and then you can give them all these different options, whether it's down in Mexico or Puerto Rico, Teague or Tig. I always say Teague, it's Tig at Virginia Scuba. You guys just have several bases covered depending on what your preference of paradise is. Like it could be, and I'm right there with you, Doug, being on a liveaboard vessel for a week. That is the ultimate way. We're going to be doing that in less than a month. Some of our crew just playing, not necessarily doing any continuing ed, but the Serenity is what kind of liveaboard vessel? What can you tell us about that particular part of the operation?
So Serenity is a 50-foot catamaran. We have accommodations for 6 guests plus 2 crew on board. We have our own compressor on board. We haul 18 tanks around. We have a 7 kilowatt generator on board. There's a lot of creature comforts on board. And of course, when we're not diving, we've got a lot of space to hang out. It's quite the boat.
Well, it's paradise, if you ask me. I mean, I'm telling you,
we're living in paradise, that's for sure.
Well, when you're out there on the water on a cat like that, oh my gosh! I mean, until you've done it, it's hard to describe it, because it is the ultimate luxury. And you talk about the office with a view, and that's the thing when you're doing your continuing education, especially when you get into dive master and instructor level and taking that level where you want to become a dive professional. You can go to any place, a dive shop, and get it all done, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But my God, you might as well kick it up a notch and enjoy it to a level that these guys are putting out there. I mean, because it really will, it'll make it so much more enjoyable, because you do got to hunker down. You got to learn this stuff. But, you need to have some fun time too, right? All work, no play kind of thing. It makes the diver, frown. I don't know, or something like that. A little bit of that, right?
Absolutely. We offer a couple of different methodologies and mechanisms to complete your any level of professional training. You can start your training up in Virginia, say with TIG, and then you can come back down or come down to Culebra when you're ready, and we can finish the in-water portion training, and then if we have, like I said, if we have enough mass, we can even bring an examiner in, and we can bring multiple instructor candidates in to complete their entire education and become certified scuba instructors. But yeah, I mean, it's really a nice way to be able to experience both sides of it, right? You can dive with us up in the like I said, in the Northern Virginia area. Matter of fact, in a couple of weeks, we've got some candidates coming down from New York, and a candidate or two coming in from Ohio, and also from Pennsylvania.
Well, there you go. I mean, and that's the thing. You can contact them, prosinparadise.com. It doesn't matter where you are in the country. They got 3 different areas that they service. And once again, they can cater to what you prefer or what your vision of paradise is. Jerry, the diver guy, is listening, and he's like, oh, my gosh, this is the perfect thing. Maybe even for you.
An awesome thing what they've got going on.
Yeah,
they do.
But you're already an instructor. What would you do?
But I got a question, an internet question from Facebook.
Yeah.
I won't mention Tag's name, but he wants to know why they call you Captain No Pants.
Captain No Pants.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Tig, I didn't know Tig was going to be listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have my.
Oh, he listens every week.
Are you sure that wasn't directed to Vinny? Vinny Two Tanks? Okay. But
we were actually coming home from the Florida Keys a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah.
And Tig and a bunch of our dive friends were with us, and we came across a pretty healthy storm just off the Carolina coast.
Yeah.
And
blew your drawers right off.
And Tig said, "Well, aren't you going to put some pants on?" And I said, "I don't need pants for this one. All I needed was a jacket." So I put my Fally jacket on, and that was it. So after that, he just started calling me No Pants. So,
it sounds like another one name could have been the Flasher. That could be like a diving superhero, or well, I don't know, the Flasher. No.
Since Mr. Scruff is actually listening, I've got something for him in a couple of days when I get back up north.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're going to smack him upside the head, which may be well deserved. I don't know. But in the meantime, you ought to go to prosinparadise.com and, talk to these folks, and they can set you up in a way that'll change your life, change your diving career, or maybe set you on a new path that'll set up some amazing opportunities for you. And once again, you'll enjoy the journey just that much better. I mean, if anybody can speak to it, Jerry can, I can. I'm a dive instructor, and I'll tell you, when you go through the process, whether you actually put it to work or not, it really will set you up in a whole new way and change your life. There you go. All right, prosinparadise.com. Check them out. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, my name is Lisette, and I will be your bartender at Titico Bar in Seba. Come on and see me, but until then, keep listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. And now, here is a one sexy man, Ray, the dive master.
There you go. There you go. You only took 3 drinks and 2 tequila shots.
Yeah, that's what it takes.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Mr. Sexy Man. That's what she said.
Don't look at me when you say that.
Well, no, that
I'm
was
not
Lisette
confirming that.
and Saba. Who knows? You know, we might be on the Turks and Caicos boat and stop off at a place that serves libations, maybe in Providenciales, where we board the Explorer Venture Turks and Caicos Explorer 2 liveaboard vessel on August 12th. You want to join us? 1-800-322-3577. I'll be on board along with Mermaid Kristen, Scott, the scuba magician, and Mermaid Kelly, too, who we have with us today. I know she's very excited about that trip. She's wearing one of her designs, I believe. Yeah. One of her slip-ins. It looks like, yeah, it looks great. She, she wears these slip-ins that she designed. Looks like, mermaid shells or something. I don't know. She looks very fishy, or mermaid.
Scallop shells.
I guess. Yeah, we'll go with
Scallop
that.
shells.
That's what it is. And she is a mermaid. She will be one in August. She is one today. But it looks like you're at a water park. What are you doing, Kelly? What's going on with you?
I am at the water park. It's in the 80s here in California, so we decided to come hang out and go on some rides.
Yeah, I love it. What water park in California? Can you say which one is it? Where are you exactly?
Knott's Berry Farms, Soak City.
Oh, Knott's Berry Farms, their water park. I got it. So she's out there, not far from Vinny Two Tanks, enjoying, staying out of the heat. I mean, actually, 80 degrees. Is that what it is out there today? They're about 80. Is that all?
Beautiful.
Oh my God, that's
nice.
That's like a cold front.
Yeah, it's like 160 here.
Yeah,
Florida.
it's we don't have to go to a water park to get wet. We just got to walk outside here in Florida, Kelly. But that's our problem, not yours. But yeah. So are you? You're just out there enjoying the water park and staying wet until we get on the liveaboard in August. Is that right? Is that the plan?
Absolutely. I'm actually heading to Mexico on the 27th, and then I can get back August 8th, and then fly out with you guys August 11th. So
I love it. What are you doing down in Mexico? Are you going to do some diving down there too? You hope so, or what? Or do you think?
I am. Free dive some in the cenotes and be in Tulum for a little while, and then head up to Playa, and then go up to Cozumel.
I love it.
Going
Ooh, that
free
sounds
diving
like
with whale sharks.
Ah, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, the whale sharks, but you're free diving with them, so you're an accomplished free diver yourself as well. Okay, well that's awesome. Have you seen whale sharks before, or will this be a whole new experience for you? Is this new to you, the whale shark thing?
This will be my first time in person.
Ah, are you going to be in a mermaid tail too, or are you just going to free dive and just enjoy the experience? Mermaid tail as well. Look at that.
I'm definitely bringing a tail.
Love it. Well, she'll have a tail, and Turks and Caicos too. And obviously, she's going to stay nice and lubricated all through August
Greg.
for our trip. What?
Inappropriate.
That's no. That's a mermaid thing.
HR issues, Greg.
It's mermaids. It's mermaids. Hello. That's what they do.
Oh, you mean the mucous membranes?
Yeah, exactly. They have to maintain that, to survive. It's science. Anyway, Kelly, thank you for checking in. I'll let you go shoot the tube. Is that what? Is that how you say?
Barry wanted to watch her go down one of the slides.
Yeah.
I want to see her slide down the slide, but said there's a line.
Yeah, Barry was just like, I need an enema. And so, so that's different.
Disgusting.
That's a different problem.
Yeah.
But
go do a water slide, Kelly.
Yeah.
Take the camera with you.
Yes, you got it, Mermaid Kelly.
Stay on live and go down the water slide.
See ya, Kelly. Yeah, that's fine. Let her go have her fun. She's at a water park, Jerry. Jeez.
Well, hey, we was going to have fun too, Greg.
What is that supposed to mean?
We was going to watch her go down.
Okay.
That is inappropriate.
You're the one that wanted her to go.
I am not. You see, I'm not saying a word.
You guys. I'm really thinking that this training that we had to go through in hour 1 did not stick.
No, it's gonna have to be taken over again.
Yeah. I don't know. Vinny is the only one.
Third session.
Well, I don't know, but Vinny's the only one who's kind of kept his mouth shut. It might have registered with him. I think he got it because he's the only one.
Wasn't even there.
I wasn't even there.
No, you were there in my dream. You were there.
You were dreaming about Vinny?
No. I the whole thing. I dreamt.
So sweet.
I wondered what it was like, and Vinny was there. I mean, I dreamt it. I'm in. It was like deja vu. I mean, come on.
All right, I want to call this meeting to order.
What are you doing with that ruler?
Well, bend over and I'll show you.
Why was I asked to wear a mermaid tail?
Only reason I showed up.
Y'all ready?
What do you got, Jerry?
Greg asked me to learn up on die and wake up the ScubaRadio Scuba Squad.
Die?
Die is an acronym like scuba.
Oh, jeez.
D-E-I. Die.
That's not how you say it, Jerry.
Shut up, Barry. Jerry, please continue.
Thank you, Casey. Now, the D in DEI is for diversity.
Uh-oh.
You all need to promote diving to grow diversity.
Whoa, I want to go there.
It's a frame of mind, Vinny.
Jerry thinks it's a place.
Oh, shut up, Barry.
Next.
The E in DEI is for equality.
Oh, I know. The equalization of your ears?
Nailed it, Vinny.
That's not right.
Shut up, Barry.
Please kill me now.
Now, the I in DEI is for inclusion.
You may have finally got one right.
We even have to include annoying people like Barry.
Ha! That's a good one.
I have no problem with that.
Dear God.
With that, y'all are now officially woke.
What?
Wily, old, know-it-all imbeciles.
Imbecile starts with an I. Like idiot.
Exactly.
I think I get it.
Okay, I'm out.
It is deja vu, man. I tell you, I don't know. It's weird. But now Vinny is caught up with the rest of the class, I think.
Thank
Right,
you.
he has the strangest dreams.
It is. Yeah.
Can I give a shout out to a new listener?
No, not even close.
Nope.
Oh, thank you.
Go ahead, Barry.
All right, real quick. What, Barry? What do you want to say?
I'm saying hello to my sister Elaine. She never knew I was on the show.
And now
I never told her.
Really? And she's
That
she's
was a
listening,
new
going,
listener.
"What were you thinking?"
Way to spread the word.
Mister.
Okay. Well, on that personal note and disturbing sidetrack, we'll move on to other things like lobster mini season. That's coming up next on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Dad, we have a bug.
Bug hunter. He loves to hunt bugs. He's a diver with an attitude, an underwater thug. With stealth, speed, and agility, he combs the ocean floor. No matter how many bugs you catch, he's always gonna catch more. Yeah, he's the king of all the lobster slayers, and the word has gotten round. Everyone knows something's gonna die when the bug hunter goes down.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. You didn't film that, did you? I am Greg the Lobster Slayer. Bugs are going to get a reprieve during mini season here in Florida this week because I'm not going to be in the water with them. I'm going to be in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Wow.
Chomping down on cheese curds.
Someone has a very high opinion of himself.
What are you talking about?
You.
Who?
Saying that lobsters are safe because you're not going to be in the
Well,
water.
the Lobster Slayer is not going to be in the water. I don't know if Lobster Boy is. Is Lobster Boy going to be in the water this year?
I doubt it. He's
for
gonna,
mini.
I might. I'm definitely gonna get in the water. I don't know if I'm going to be hunting.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to carry all the extra stuff. I just want to get down.
You just want to get wet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a water park's not going to do it for you like it does Mermaid Kelly.
Not even close.
All right. So you want to go diving? Yeah, I got to fly out to Oshkosh for a big air show.
And that's where?
Oshkosh.
Which is?
Wisconsin.
Oh, where they make the cheeses.
Where they make the cheese curds.
Is that near Wyoming?
Cheese turds.
Duh. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm going out there. It's actually the largest air show in the world, I believe. And actually this week, the busiest airport in the world is at Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Are you going to be flying Dairy Air?
Oh my God.
Or will you be taking your private plane with your personal pilot?
No, but I'm going to fly first class, so you guys can suck it.
That's fine. I don't want to
going
go.
with you?
Say that again, Vinny Two Tanks.
Dennis going with you?
Captain Dennis is going with me. Yeah, the guy who does the Just Plain radio show with me.
Are you just going with Dennis?
What are you getting at there, Jerry?
I can't believe Dennis isn't flying his plane.
Is Jerry asking?
I think Jerry hit his head.
I think he wants to do like a double date. Him and Jerry, him and Barry, and me and Dennis. Is that what you were alluding to?
No.
Okay, because it doesn't work for me or Dennis.
No.
Yeah.
I thought you was just going up with Dennis.
I'm going out there to hang with all the pilots.
He has other friends, Jerry.
You know, the last few years, I haven't been able to go to this event because it conflicts with.
That's okay. Me and Jerry are going to go down and dive without
lobster
you guys
mini
anyway.
Well, but are you going to dive for lobster? Or are you going to?
No.
You're not going to dive on Wednesday or Thursday during mini season.
I might.
You? Really?
I might.
Or we could wait till August 6th for the
Hurry the hell
of the
up,
official
man.
the regular
We
season
want
opens
you to
up.
go, but we got to figure this out.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like you guys need some alone time.
No, man. We're just
Are you jealous?
Ocean time.
I'm just saying. It just sounds like you guys need some alone time.
Ocean time.
Jealousy.
Don't make it like that.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Maybe you can send your AI
well, it would
to
be
Wisconsin and go with us.
Well, I think what it'd be CJ, Jerry, and Barry. You guys would have a little 3-way dive group going, and
we may not even make it down to Barry's.
wow, he is really.
I have learned that
I don't know what to think of that.
I have learned the best time to dive for lobster is usually after mini season.
Okay, so you think waiting till the opening of the regular season would be
it's
better?
It's just because it gets so crazy out there.
Well, it's
really
crazy,
does.
yeah, but
That
you
is
get
true.
12.
That is true.
This Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
You have 48 hours. You get 12 each day outside
Damn
of the
it,
Florida
it is
Keys.
tempting, though, Now
And
that
then
you're
the rest of the
talking
year,
about
you can only get 6 a day. So
right.
I'm not as pumped about it this year because we're not doing Bugfest.
Well, right. I mean, they're
if we
doing
were
a
down
little
doing
mini.
Bugfest, I'd be 100% in.
They are going to do a little
yeah.
mini kind of bug fest there in Pompano at South Florida Diving Headquarters
Yeah, I
on
think
Wednesday
Jeff
night.
said
gonna
something
suck
about
without
that.
us.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can go. I mean, I'm the only one going to Oshkosh, Wisconsin. The rest of you can go down there for you.
Yeah,
for the
Gregless
event.
Bugfest. It would be weird.
Well, like I said, the lobsters are going to get a reprieve because the lobster slayer will not be in the water with them. So that leaves more bugs for you guys.
Think of it this way, CJ. We won't get lost if Greg is not with us.
Fair point.
I don't get it.
Wait,
I don't get
Barry,
it at all.
wait. Barry
Wait.
made a point.
Yeah.
Hey,
Write that down.
Valid point.
Mark the tape. I don't know. Vinny is in California though, so I don't know. Do you even care about mini season this year or lobster season, Vinny, or no?
I think I'll pass this year, but next year I'm pretty sure that Lauderdale by the Sea will pick it back up again.
Yeah, that is incorrect.
No?
I think we're going to move it to Pompano next year. I think it's going to go into.
That's fine. That's close.
Yeah, I mean it's right down the street. It doesn't really matter, but they're going to.
But I mean, in the sense of having it become a big affair like it was.
Yes,
rather than just
exactly. Well, that's what they're talking about doing. Is just moving it up the road and having it bigger and better next year. This year it was a little too much. Last minute,
Planning,
changes and things. So they said, well, let's just do a mini thing this year.
Anything from mini season.
Yeah.
Or
and then
from
next
Mini
year
Vinny.
we'll regroup and try to make it bigger.
Regrope.
Yeah.
Regroup.
That's what they do. Yeah,
mean
it's South
regroup?
I think
Florida.
it's regroup.
No, it's
Regroup, yeah.
regrope. Look it up.
Okay.
Anyway,
Whatever you say, McFeely.
We won't have the Scuba Radio people, so it won't be as active and as overwhelming.
Won't be as
yeah.
fun.
There has been, we've had
They
this
can
kind
go
of.
ahead and stock like half the booze since we're not going to be there.
There is a fight amongst the locals and the tourists that come in for mini season. I mean, this has been going on for years, especially down when you get, down to like Key West and stuff. Because I mean, it's insane down in the Keys during mini season. It really is.
Oh yeah.
And the people that live down there, I mean, I understand. They if you're not into the lobster thing, and then you have like 25,000 people come in for the 2-day mini season, it does create a bit of havoc for the locals. But that said, I mean, the people that visit the Keys, you should respect, the locals and everything, give them their space and stuff. You don't want to do it. And of course, the economy benefits tremendously when they get all those extra tourists down.
I
So it's
definitely
always a
think
balancing.
Lauderdale misses those people.
Well,
There's
you
a
would
lot of
think,
people in town.
but it's the same kind of problem. You have the people that live there that were kind of like, well,
If
we
you're a
don't
business
know.
owner,
Yeah.
yes, but
Well, the business owners, the hotels and everybody, they want everybody and their brother to come. But if you live there, you're like, wait, who are all these diver people that pop in? I don't get it. So there's a little bit of some of that kind of, conflict going on, but, they are going to do it. And, the key is to get out there and enjoy it as a diver because it is some of the best. It's one of the most fun activities you can do as a scuba diver is to go lobster hunting. There ain't no doubt. Not the same out there on the West Coast when you go for lobster. I mean, when is your season open? Do you even know, Vinny? When you
mid-October.
It's okay, a little bit later on. And then will you go out and bother with that too, or do you not even mess with it when it comes to the California
If you want to go into
spiny
cold
lobster?
water, yeah.
Well, if you want to go out of cold water, and then the California lobsters compared to the Florida ones are a little slower because it's cold water, and they a little bit they kind of talk like, "Yo, dude, come on,
just chill.
You can't use a tickle stick here. We don't do tickle sticks or nothing.
Yeah,
you have
it's
to
only
grab it.
bare-handing in California.
Only bare-handing. And if you want to manhandle me, yeah, okay, whatever. Then you can eat
It's
me.
a lot harder.
But they kind of have a laid-back kind of attitude, and that makes them easier to catch, I believe, don't they?
Meet my cousin, the moray eel. Come on
They're
in.
just chilling.
I'm a Florida diver talking smack right now. Vinny's kind of making this face like, oh, no, they're very hard to catch out in California too, Greg. Don't be an idiot.
Jackass.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Come on for the magical scuba dive tour. Right this way. Come on. What the hell is that? Come on to the magic dive tour. Come on.
Could you, shut up?
Come on to the magic dive tour. I don't want to hear you. This is your invitation. Come on to the magic dive tour. What's wrong with you? Come on. Might see a levitation. Come on to the magic dive tour. What are you, an idiot? Our magical scuba dive tour is waiting to take you to play. The unique scuba radio way. Dive in today.
That's awful. That's awful.
So let's clear the air of that.
Okay, we have to. I am Greg the Dive Master. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Little teaser there for the Magical Scuba Dive Tour, August 12th through the 19th on the Turks and Caicos Explorer 2 liveaboard with Explorer Ventures. It's going to be epic. We got Mermaid Kristen, Kelly, Scott Tokar, the scuba magician. He'll be there to entertain us. Of course, we'll do a broadcast from the deck of the boat that week, and we'll have the diving time of our lives. It's going to be great. And there's still, I think there's still some spots available, though. And I think you can still take advantage of that $1,000 off deal they were doing at Explorer Ventures. 1-800-322-3577 if you want to go. I'm telling you, once you've done a liveaboard like this, you will be spoiled rotten. And it's the best time of year to dive. It's going to be warm, but look, we're going to be out on the water. And you get a little too hot, you just jump in the water, cool off. I mean, it's going to be bathtub diving, probably high. It'll probably be like 85, 86 degree water temp. We're talking board short diving.
Just a
what?
Just a Speedo, and that's it.
Oh, Jesus.
The coolest thing I remember about going with you last time, Greg, was that almost every time we dropped in the water, we had a couple little sharks in the area. There was just a huge variety of underwater sea life.
Yeah. It's one of the easiest places to dive and one of the most picturesque if you want to take pictures and video, which we're planning to shoot a new Turks and Caicos liveaboard video. Like when you go to ScubaRadio.com, there is a video that pops up from the Turks and Caicos, too. That was, I think it's like 12, 13 years old. So we're planning to film a new one. And then it might show up there again. Who knows?
And you can look out for it in about 2027.
Wrong.
I think you ought to take Barry with you.
Yeah,
that way
Barry
he
can't leave.
Light your way with his blinky light.
Yeah,
no, that's just to find my body when something goes wrong.
That's right. He's had his strobe on the entire show, hasn't he?
Yeah, I'm testing it out.
Cock Johnson.
He's wearing the batteries
before
out.
he gets in the water.
Well, CJ came into the studio wearing his gear today, and set a new standard for being properly prepared for the show as a diver. But he quickly shed his gear after, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes.
After Barry put his on?
After the bit was over, and Barry's maintained his gear, put his gear on, and wore it for the entire show.
Yeah.
And he put a strobe on.
Yeah, that's so an hour ago.
Right.
But that's okay. I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
Just think of it.
I could also bring Greg on a stick back to life.
Cock Johnson.
Think of it this way. We have to put up with Barry for 2 hours. His family has him 24/7.
Okay.
True.
There's a lot of love amongst this crew.
Yes, there is.
Uh-huh. But
Greg, how do you feel about Barry having that image of you on a stick?
It's
Are you honored or is it weird?
It's a little disturbing, but he's in South Florida. I'm in Orlando.
You know, when it gets hot out,
there's
Greg makes a great fan. He's my biggest fan.
There's a buffer that he has to maintain a certain distance. So I'm good with it as long as he keeps, he doesn't, violate the, the.
Oh, he violates
board
every night, Greg.
Quiet. Just stop it. We got to talk about diving because I already got a big trip planned in August that you guys aren't going, so you guys can suck it, losers.
Things counting down. I don't know if you need to see that.
No, I don't need to see anything. But the thing is that
it looks important.
You guys want to go diving in the meantime, and I'm trying to set up a quick little run, possibly down to the Keys at the beginning of August, right before the week we go down to the Turks and Caicos that same week, like the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 1st of August. Or I'm sorry, no, the 6th. It'd be the first day of regular lobster season in Florida.
Season. Yeah.
Do you guys want to go dive?
Hell yeah.
Yes, Greg.
Maybe visit the History of Diving Museum.
Yes. Can we do that too?
Well, I'm throwing it out there.
Okay.
We could potentially make that happen. And if you guys are game.
Is that where we went? Where they have all the metal dive suits and all that stuff and the helmets?
Yeah, the exhibits.
Yeah. Okay,
at the History of Diving Museum. Remember for
year.
the Scuba Radio 25-year anniversary, they had that massive exhibit.
That's
that
right.
we
Don't
made
you
up,
remember?
and-
She gave us a plastic token from the
That's right.
Yeah.
Tom and I drove down there to see it.
Yeah. Now, what Jerry did with the token was inappropriate, but that was a whole different thing.
laying around here somewhere.
Yeah, don't
Along
reach
with
in
a
there.
Bunch more that I have.
Okay, just stop. But yeah, I mean, so you guys are up for that idea? It would just be like a 2 or 3 night deal, maybe 1-2 days of diving.
Yes.
And
Or 2
You gotta go to
days.
Captain. Who's the captain? What's the one with the creature
Slate?
features?
Slate.
yeah,
Slate.
Slate,
there's
Captain
Captain
Slate?
Slate's down there in Tavernier. Yeah, we could maybe say hi to him and a few other folks down there in the Keys. Go to the History of Diving Museum, do some diving, eat some blackened-fish sandwiches, and maybe bag some bugs.
Can we go to Mrs. Max and eat?
No,
Oh, Mrs. Max is good.
no, we can't do that.
Mixes,
We have
man.
no time for this.
Mrs. Max.
And get your
Are you
key
gonna
lime
have
pie.
that?
S.
Get your
It's
key
a
lime pie
restaurant.
fix. Is
We're
what you
We're gonna
want.
stop at Robbie's and feed some tarpon.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
They
do you mean
changed
no?
some
Quick,
things over
quick!
there.
You guys are adding way too much stuff to that. We
Yeah.
we'd only have
We're
like 2 or
trying
3
to have
dives.
fun, Greg.
Yeah, God darn it.
Greg, look,
Huh.
me,
Pooper.
CJ got this whole thing going. You got invited, and now you want to take over?
Ooh. Challenge
Hey, I'm the one who just threw it out there. You haven't been throwing anything out. You just said you want to go diving. You didn't say where.
Your authority.
We have been talking for a while now.
Yeah, amongst yourselves. Okay,
And we were talking off the air.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you came up with what? Squat.
Pompano.
Pompano's great.
Well,
I
we
love
may do
that.
Pompano too,
I
but
love,
we could
what
do.
is it,
So you're saying
go down to the Keys. I'm thinking we run down to the Keys though. What do you think?
South Florida diving. I
a
love
little
those guys.
farther, but okay.
Well, a little farther, but I got 2 windows of time: 1st of August and the 1st of September,
Let's
like
do
at
both.
the
You
end of Labor Day.
us some room.
Or we could do
lined up.
Pompano in August and then run down
The
the
Keys in
September.
Or vice versa.
Then we have some more time.
Why? Why wouldn't add me more time? Why would it add more time?
Yeah,
Well, it's quicker to get to Pompano,
I thought you had a window. I thought you had a time
Well,
issue.
both windows are about the same length. Three days. 4 days
CJ,
tops.
if we go to the Keys in September, then it'll be Labor Day weekend. And
Well,
it's
it'd
gonna
be the end of it.
packed.
We'd do the show Saturday, and we'd be down in the Keys on the end of Labor Day
I
weekend.
mean, the end of, is it after?
No, it'd be Monday is Labor Day.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to do that. That'd be a mess.
No, everybody's leaving. We'd be going.
No one leaves the Keys that day.
Okay, you guys don't know what you're talking about.
Smoke some more crack.
No, I'm saying everybody's going to be leaving the Keys on that Monday. We would be arriving while they're leaving. We'd
So
be at
it's
the
Labor
tail
Day
end.
week, not weekend.
That's what I said, Barry. Listen, Barry, listen!
He is confused.
You need a diversity class.
Okay.
This sounds a lot like our regular show.
Oh, that's weird, isn't it? All right, on that disturbing note, we're going to wrap it up. Till next time, remember, it's always better where, gang?
Down where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
Down below if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, you know what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.